Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the Winklerverse. I'm Bart Winkler, coming at you on a Friday, the 30th of January. Ryan Horvat is joining us on today's program. Horvy, how are you? Happy Friday.
Doing all right. Doing pretty good. Happy Friday, although right now is an everyday kind of Friday for us.
I'm having a hard time, knowing what day is what.
Same.
I am responsible for taking my kid to school and picking him up.
Yeah.
So that gives me a little bit of structure in the day. But yeah, man. And it's weird because last night I went to bed at 9:30.
Yeah, I've been going to bed earlier and earlier. I mean, the goal is to wake up and get things done, work out, feel good about myself throughout the day. But the thing that sucks is that all the games out here, most of the good games, they don't, well, I mean, it's basketball season now. They don't tip off until 9, 10 p.m. On the East Coast, these college games. So I don't know. I've also had a really hard time keeping up with college basketball for the first time ever in my life. I have always loved college basketball, but it's changed. And also, rough year trying to bet it. Just not the same anymore. So I don't know. I texted you yesterday about the Bucks because they were in town here in DC, and I was going back and forth. I was like, do I want to see Giannis before he leaves Milwaukee, not knowing that he's out for 3 to 4 weeks? That's how much attention that I've been paying to the NBA.
Well, Giannis got hurt last week.
Again,
the same way he got hurt the first time this season, where he just grabbed his leg and then sat down.
Yeah.
Many people are wondering and asking questions and doing their own research. And then he goes immediately. He's just available for interviews after. And they're like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks." And they're like, "What?" "Yeah, I don't know." And then they asked Doc Rivers, and he's like, "Yeah, no, that's probably pretty right. That's usually what it is." And the Bucks have yet to put out because whenever these guys get hurt, they'll send an email or something like Kevin Porter Jr., mysterious injury himself. He's out for an extended time. Will be reevaluated. They haven't even put anything out about Giannis. This is so the Bucks are totally going through the motions right now. It's very frustrating to watch. Unless you want them to lose, then it's really enjoyable. But I also feel like that's a big I don't ever like being this guy. But the NBA is not, something's off. Something's off. The NBA is just not it's half the teams do not give a shit about how they're performing. It's very weird, except for the Hornets for some reason care a lot.
That's the thing. I've always been a big NBA guy, man, my entire life. But the last couple of years, it's just been a rough product. And I don't care about the teams, and I really don't care about the players. I guess it's tough not to care about the regular season. I mean, everybody's already done the players don't care. I'm saying us as fans now, really, and then just get all hyped up for the playoffs. And then the playoffs are just so long. The first round now, every series goes to 6, 7. It used to be the first round used to be sweeps. Also, there's not really, I mean, OKC's good, right? I mean, Denver.
They've lost 3 or 4.
Yeah. I like San Antonio with Wemby. If I'm going to watch hoops, I'll watch them a little bit. I like watching Detroit. But again, Detroit's the best team in the East. It's rough right now. I hate being that guy as well. I just can't get into it. Also, I'm a Bulls fan, so I'm boycotting the product. And I feel like a lot of Bucks fans will probably do the same. The real ones will stick with the team, talk about, draft picks and shit like that, and hope to find the next Giannis. But I think that's what they have to do. They got to rip the Band-Aid off, get the best package. You know what else I would do, though, after trading Giannis? I'd fire Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers with a young, no, I want a new voice in my locker room developing my players. I don't want it to be Doc Rivers. I still will never understand why they hired Doc Rivers. I know that he won that
Jimmy Haslam
ring.
I think
that ring.
It's hard to not think that there's the owner of the Browns, who everyone's been shitting on, and he can't seem to run a franchise.
Rightfully
and
so.
he gave a bunch of guaranteed money to Deshaun Watson. I feel like Jimmy Haslam, he's got a lot of money, but doesn't know a lot. So he goes into these like collectible shops and he's like, oh, I've heard of that. Give me that. I don't care how much money. Because like Deshaun Watson, nobody else would have given him guaranteed money. Jimmy Haslam did. Doc Rivers, nobody else was going to hire him as a coach. Jimmy Haslam did. And what's frustrating for Bucks fans, twofold, is it does seem like they are choosing Doc Rivers. Like they're going to trade Giannis and then continue this with Doc Rivers. Now, the thing you should do is get rid of Doc Rivers. Kuzma last night was talking about how this team's got no sense of urgency. Kuzma. And then with Doc, like I'm not, we revisit a lot the Adrian Griffin tenure because he was 30 and 13 and Jay Crowder's been talking some shit about it. And I'm not trying to justify that Adrian Griffin shouldn't have been fired. All I'm saying is the organization had expectation with him. You're 30 and 13 and it's not good enough because we're worried what could happen next. Meanwhile, this team is like obviously and not even subtly, they are trying to tell you that they have quit on Doc. They are telling you that through their play, and they're trying to tell you that through their answers. But yet the Bucks are just like, whatever. So there was expectation and accountability for Bud and Griffin. But now Doc Rivers comes here and is just like, the thing I said yesterday was he's like an anchor on your ship. So the ship is sinking, but he's too heavy of an anchor. You're just dead. There's no, unless you get off the boat, but there's nowhere to crawl to. The Bucks are so fucked.
Yeah. And this is why I'm saying, though, they don't have to. I mean, yeah, they're going to be fucked for a while, but they don't have to be, right? Like, because the Bulls are a great example of just, being the same mediocre team every single season.
They are the worst team that is trying to win.
Like, the Bulls go out there. Yeah, the Bucks are for sure, I think.
The Bulls.
No, they don't want to win, though. They just want to go out there and they want to be the fucking 10 seed and play in the play-in tournament and lose to the Heat, right? And get the play, like, or make it to the first round and get swept or lose in a gentleman's sweep to the Bucks and get that, 1 game of playoff revenue or 2 games of playoff revenue. That's the issue. Like in the NBA, I would rather, it's going to be painful. And I get the people that are like, no, I want to go to the Fiserv every single night and watch Giannis. He's my favorite player ever. He helped I saw a championship because of him. I understand that. But like as a fan, I would be like, nah, it's time to just blow this entire thing up. I mean, we're talking about Kyle Kuzma. A couple years ago, it was Middleton and it was Drew Holiday and it was Giannis. And it was, we'd get pissed about Connaughton getting too many minutes and stuff like that. But now we're talking about Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, the team looks like a bunch of spare parts trying to be whole. It doesn't work.
Right. And so I would just get the best package possible and just suck and just play for draft picks because unfortunately, that's how you win. Because, the problem is now it's going to be tough. I hate to be this guy, but without Giannis especially, it's going to be tough to bring free agents to Milwaukee. Chicago can't get free agents, man. So I think you're going to have to win with young players. I would just blow it up and have it be painful for the next couple of years, and then hopefully you're not in basketball hell for the next decade plus. This just reminds me, it pained me to say it at the time, but it was the right decision. I love Aaron Rodgers, as everybody knows, but it was time for Green Bay to say goodbye because Rodgers was getting old, man. And that last year, they didn't even make the playoffs. Him and Cobb's old ass are walking off the field. It was like, no, it's time to go to Jordan Love and the youth movement and be the youngest team in the league somehow for 4 straight years or whatever it's been. But, that was the right decision to move on. And I feel like right now, you do right by Giannis, trade him to a contender, trade him somewhere that he wants to be for his legacy. Because like we talked about in the last podcast, LeBron James has ruined basketball. It's all about how many rings. He had to go to Miami to get his rings because he had to compete with Jordan. I don't even know that it's LeBron.
He didn't ruin it. Fans ruined it.
Yeah, social media and the media.
No sport has been ruined by the internet more than the NBA.
Yeah, like I don't think back in the day, like during like the sports writers, they would have been like, oh, because LeBron was always a great player. There's only ever going to be one Jordan. There's only ever going to be one Kobe. Like they're the closest to each other. LeBron was just a different type of player. He was more like a Magic Johnson. And Jordan was more clutch. I mean, Jordan was the guy that I wanted with the ball in his hands in the fourth quarter. Nobody wants that fucking conversation. What I'm saying is, like it's all about rings though. So if Giannis only wins one ring, he's like the basketball equivalent of Aaron Rodgers. When we talk GOATs, and I'm like, Aaron Rodgers is the greatest of all time, and I say that in public, people are like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. He's a Brady, and I'm like, no, Rodgers was more talented. Brady had the better teams, the better coaches, the better defenses. They both had some shitty playoff games. Brady did too. But it's all about rings, man, and that's what sucks. So Giannis has to go and win somewhere else. The organization should do right by him because he's done right by them. And if he doesn't want to be there and he's going to be a little bitch down the stretch, it's only going to sour. It's like a relationship, right? When it's time to just walk away from that person, or else you're just going to sour what you had, the good moments. So just let him go because this team's nonsense. This team sucks. Doc Rivers sucks. Get rid of him. Send him on an island. Somehow he'll have another fuking job in like 3 months. Like
I don't even think he was interested in coming back to coach. And then like it's hard. I don't know the inner workings of the Bucks organization, but it's hard not to think like the fuck is going on with Jimmy Haslam. I don't like it. I've got some trade proposals I want to show you. The other thing was, when you're talking about social media, the way that the NBA is covered, and what I just said to you was, I don't think any leagues felt the negative effects more than the NBA. Imagine if the NBA was covered in the 90s like it's covered now. Like if on Inside Stuff, they never like did a feature with a player and like learn about this guy. Hey, let's learn about Glenn Rice.
Let's learn about my main man. You got to do my main man because if it's inside, the moderate shot.
It'd be like 5 minutes of Kevin Durant responding to Twitter people. And then the newspaper article, there wouldn't be box scores in the newspaper. There would be, you'd open up to section C6, and instead of box scores and standings, it would be, oh, look at this player in a different jersey swap. It's junk. We don't talk about the league. We don't talk about the games. We're only talking about trade proposals and that kind of nonsense. Speaking of some trade proposals I have for you.
Hit me.
I'm going to share my screen here. It's from The Athletic today. And while
Can they get Wemby?
We cannot.
While
I'm pulling that up, I want to remind you, Chris and Rob, the good guys over at happyplacehemp.com. You can check them out on the website. You can also stop in. They're located right across from Maddie's.
Maddie's Grill?
Used to have my own burger at Maddie's. Oh,
did you?
No, that wasn't me. But you can go there and say, hey, I heard you on the Winklerverse or Bart show or whatever. But the code Bart works online. So go to happyplacehemp.com. Promo code is Bart for 25% off the cumulative of every order. Not just one product, not just two, not just one time, not just however many times. The code's been available for nearly 4 years. The amount of savings that you have gotten through these guys. All right, I'm sharing my screen, and you can see my email folders there. I got Bart Winkler media folders, car, and coaching.
I love how Thanasis is just a package deal with Giannis. Like, you got to take this shit too.
I know he's in every trade. These are some trade proposals from Zach Harper. I have not looked at them yet. I've seen a lot of trade proposals online. They're all dog shit. I don't like any of them. So I like to imagine this by pretending I'm hearing about it for the first time. All right, let's pretend it's real. Giannis has just been traded to the Warriors. Oh my God, what did we get? We got, this is the Heat. Giannis has just been traded to the Heat. What do we get? Tyler Hero, Kel'el Ware, Terry Rozier. Isn't he in jail?
Yeah, I was going to say, ain't he going to the pen?
a 2029 first, a 2031 first, pick swaps in 20 and 30 and 32. This is a trade proposal that Zach Harper has put together from The Athletic, given himself a grade of B+. He's trying to put together trade proposals, and then he's grading his own trade and how he thinks Milwaukee would do with it. I think you could do worse. I think you could do a lot better. I, for one, would not be excited for Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, the prison rights to Terry Rozier, and then a bunch of swaps 5 years from now. First of all, so many Bucks fans talk about like this 2031 first. Like, we got to hang on to it because that's when we're going to draft Giannis Antetokounmpo again. There is not another Giannis coming in the draft. We've tried to find other Giannis's coming in the draft. We thought Thon Maker was Giannis again, okay? We thought, oh my God. We thought he was Wemby, is what we thought. We thought we were going to pair Giannis with Thon Wemby Maker. So this trade, I think, would dishearten me quite a bit.
Terry Rozier that reminds me of Major League. This guy.
Now he says you could change the contracts to put in Andrew Wiggins, who, say what you want about Wiggins, but at least he, could go outside and get his mail every day if he chooses.
Cross him off the list then. Yeah, I don't know. This would not excite me, but at least Tyler Hero could go out there and give you 20 plus points. But, I don't want
old. I don't want Tyler. I don't want the Milwaukee. I don't want that.
See, and the thing is, it wouldn't even be like a Derrick Rose Chicago situation because the people in Wisconsin, at least 60%, I would say, you could correct me if I'm wrong, fucking hate Tyler Hero for not being a Badger. Am I right about that?
Yeah, and then how he, beat us in the playoffs.
Yeah. So now I would just be like, I don't know. It's so much different because all I would want would be a bunch of draft picks, but the NBA is so much different. Like, let's be honest, man, like Tyler Hero, you're not winning or competing with Tyler Hero being the best player on your team anytime soon, in my opinion.
I also, as a sports broadcaster /fan/owner, I can't get excited for things I can't get excited about. And I can't fake that.
I got to be honest. Also, really quick, if it's not Cooper Flagg, the best player for Giannis can't be an American-born white guy. If I'm the GM, dude, it's got to be.
He can't be like someone I've eaten.
Like Jokic or Luka, we're in a whole nother world. If they're from, Croatia, my lands, Croatia, Slovenia, Serbia, my wife's territory. But if we're talking like Tyler Hero from Milwaukee for fucking Giannis, Hall of Famer, I'm good. I just got to be honest here. With all due respect, go on.
He can't. If we're gonna trade for someone, he can't be someone that at one point snuck underage into Club Paragon.
Right. Okay. We can't have his dad. We can't have our best player's dad going to the women's bathroom.
Yeah, we never got an answer for that.
Allegedly,
we never got an answer. Anyway, so I can't get excited about things I can't get excited about. So I am not excited about trading Giannis. I don't feel like there's a good enough package out there that they would get. So none of these excite me. Just like I don't know, man. I like care about the defensive coordinator and we should fire Bisaccia, but we got this Bobby Babnuts guy and everyone's like, oh, fuck, Bobby Babnuts is coming to the Packers. I don't know who he is. I don't care.
Right. The Packers are back next year if Micah Parsons comes back and he's Micah Parsons. And if they can upgrade in the secondary, then the Packers are competing for a Super Bowl next year. All these jabronis on the sidelines, I don't care about. They just need Micah back. I think they would have competed this year if he doesn't get hurt. That completely changed the defense. And then the secondary, those idiots were exposed because you weren't getting a consistent pass rush.
Well, Keyshawn Nixon's a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, so is Shador. And I hate to say it, man, because I like Rashawn Gary sucks. He's no good.
Well, he can't run. He's slow.
I like what happened to him. Sports science should do the study on his drop off.
I got a Warriors trade proposal from Zach.
Yeah, hit me because I feel like that seems the most likely.
Well, he gives this one an A-, first of all.
The trade.
Yeah. The proposal is Giannis and Kuzma for Jimmy Butler, Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podemski, their 2026 first, their 2028 first, their 2030 first, their 2032 first, a swap in 29 and a swap in 31.
I don't want fucking Jimmy Butler at his age, and Jimmy Butler on a bad team is going to be a locker.
Well, and he's not playing, so now you're
play right.
Yeah, so now you got Dame's contract sitting there. Yeah. You got to trade Turner. He fucking sucks. You're gonna have Jimmy's contract. He fucking Christ. This is all. I mean, the pick part of this is good, but again, I'm not tickling. I got to rephrase how I'm gonna say this because these draft picks are young children, and I don't want to. I'm not getting excited about young kids, but I do need to phrase that a little better. Although no, that's a good one. I'm not. So I there's nothing wrong with to say that. That's actually the right thing to say.
Anyway. I feel like, man, like honestly, you just take again, like this might be the best package, especially because Jimmy Butler will never suit up in Milwaukee.
I don't want to settle though. I want the Bucks to over negotiate. Like, oh, you want Giannis? Give me your whole team.
Because like the goal is
I work down. Don't start it. Anthony Davis and Max Christie.
What sucks about the NBA, in my opinion, is the fucking lottery, man. Because, like, at least in the NFL, you could be a dog shit team like the Raiders, and you're picking number 1 overall. The Wizards are shit every year, yet they never get the number 1 overall pick because the last thing that the league wants is the Wizards, where stars come to rest. That's why I was thinking about going to the Lakers game, dude. And I'm like, what are the odds fucking LeBron's playing out there against the Wizards? You know, maybe he does, but how many minutes are we getting? My kid's like obsessed with LeBron James right now. And as a Jordan guy, you know how, yeah, like towards the end of his career and stuff. It's all social media. And as a Jordan guy, you know how bad that pains me.
Trade number 3, Giannis to the Wolves. Giannis and Thanasis for Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, Terrence Shannon Jr., a 2028 swap, a 2032 swap, and a 2026 first. He gives us a B deal.
I think this is the worst.
This is a D. This is an F. This trade sucks.
It sucks because they would like win some game. They would be like I'm telling you, like Julius Randle will be taking like 36 shots a game. Somehow this team will like fuck around and win like 36 to 40 games, which will be like playing worthy. Again, if you're trading Giannis, you want to be bad. So I don't want any vets that are still any good. Also, like that aren't going to want to be there and they're going to fuck up the culture because you're going to want to bring in young players and see what you have. You're not going to want Julius Randle out there chucking up the rock.
Now, there's no Bulls trade proposal because, again, the report was the Bulls look through the trade options and we're not interested. Remember that report?
I saw that, yeah. Oh, we don't need him. We got the fucking kid from Hinsdale.
We got Metellus Bazelis or whatever.
Yeah, Kobe White.
All right, and then the last one, Giannis and Drew to New York. Knicks receive Giannis and Drew Holiday, 3-team deal. Blazers get Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and Yabusele. The Bucks get Karl Anthony Towns, Matisse Thybulle, Chris Murray, a 2030 swap and a 2032 swap. This is a C+ for the Bucks. So obviously the Knicks would fucking win this trade. Like, Jesus Christ.
They get Giannis and Drew Holiday, and the Bucks get
Even David Stearns is blushing at this trade. Not David Stearns, but David Stern is blushing at this trade.
I like Cat, actually. I like Cat as like the Cat had. I feel like there's always like this knock on him. I thought he was actually pretty good for the Knicks in the playoffs last year. But again, then you're like a decent basketball team, decent enough to sneak into that play-in, and you don't want to be there. Trust me. That's the last place that you want to be. That's like being in the wild card. It's like the run with like after the Packers were legit threats in the NFC. You know what I mean? Like after they weren't winning 14 games, they were sneaking in, winning 10, 11. Usually Rodgers was hurt for half the year and you knew they had no shot. Like those kind of years. That's not as fun as it seems.
Some comments on this. M Shark says Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Jalen Johnson. Why the fuck does every package have Milwaukee connections?
Yeah.
Harry Doyle adds, why does every proposal have some kid from Wisconsin involved? M Shark says, I just fucking said that. Guys.
I love the internet.
It's all good. It's all good.
Guys. Shark. You were the originator, though. No.
Hold on. I got just a couple more. Al or A-L-L. Letters and some numbers says, Giannis looks like a 30-year-old married dude now. He's crabby. It's probably the worst year of his life. Plus, his family living in Greece is probably stressful. Well, I mean, they didn't have to move.
He'll be there soon enough.
Yeah, I still think he's more likely to play in this Euro League than he is for the Heat. Lucas says, Giannis is a once-in-a-generational player. Bucks trading him and not figuring out a way to build around him is dumb. Fire Doc Rivers, find new players to surround around Giannis. I would rather them just stay with, but now Giannis has to sign an extension. But I'd still rather have Giannis play with world's shitty. But now we've seen what it looks like. This is no good for anybody. This just needs to end. And then one more from Corey. I'm friends with the guy that took the video of Tyler Hero's dad going into the women's room. Want me to get him on the show?
His dad or the guy that got the video?
I want them both. I want a reunion. So if you could get me your buddy, and then we'll get Tyler Hero's dad, and I'll put up the picture, and I'll like Maury Povich the reunion.
You know, I almost
that is not the bathroom.
Out here, have you noticed though in some of these places it is getting like harder and harder, like especially if they don't just have like a man and a woman, and they're like, you know, the ones where you just like they're like connected and you either go left or right. Have you ever accidentally almost went into the women's and been like, oh God, no, holy shit, let me get out of here? Did that a couple weeks ago, not on purpose. Caught myself immediately.
I was just in a women's bathroom. Yeah, I just used the women's bathroom and didn't know.
Really?
But I thought there were urinals in there, and it also might have been a dream. I'm not really sure.
I'm going to go with it's probably a dream.
You know what I did see? I saw a video with Triple H, who is revising history to make it seem like he was the best wrestler of all time.
He fucking sucked and sucks. I'm so sick of every
hold
time
on. But in their bathrooms, the women have the WWE logo the right way, and then for the men, they flip it around like Miz does. So it's the WWEW for women's bathrooms, and then men, they flip it around.
That's weird. But you just gave well, you said that, you gave me an idea though.
Do you want to guess you want to win-loss the Royal Rumble?
A little bit. I'm pulling up the odds. I want to bet it really bad. Roman Reigns is the favorite right now at plus 150. All right, hold on. I'm pulling it all up. Whoa, they got a bunch of shit you could bet.
Where are you?
You ready?
Yeah, what are you looking on?
I'm looking on, like, you can only bet this at like BetUS and like I don't know. It's not on like FanDuel or anything. So,
right.
Yeah, it's on like Bovada. But right now, Roman Reigns plus 150, Gunther 2-1, Braun Breaker.
Well, Gunther's in a different match. Gunther's fighting AJ.
That's what I don't understand. And these may have been updated. Sammy 4-1. He's fighting.
Sammy's in a match too.
Cody 4-1. LA Knight 5-1. I told my son, I think it's going to be Roman Reigns, and I think he last eliminates Cody Rhodes.
So who's Roman? So Drew's got a belt and Punk's got a belt.
I think there's going to be some fuckery before we get to WrestleMania because there's the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I think they want Sammy to beat Drew.
I don't know though.
Your boy Tommaso Ciampa's in AEW now.
I know my son woke me up at like 7 a.m. to tell me he's all into like the spoilers and the returns. Like today, I was actually just taking a shower, and he's been off all week. So out here, man, There's like no.
because of the snow.
Yeah, because of the snow. He's been off all week, and then Monday, my wife tells me is somehow going to be a late start. So, I was taking a shower, and it's like 9 a.m. and he just comes in and he's like, "Daddy, CM Punk's the cover guy on the WWE video game." I guess today was like the big announcement. But anyway, he's all into that stuff. Yeah, I think somehow Roman wins the Royal Rumble, and then Cody ends up being the champ.
Has he ever won the Rumble, Roman?
Yeah. Didn't he win it the year where like you won it and you were the champ that weird year? I don't think. Why would you waste Sammy winning it at the Royal Rumble when you could have him winning it at WrestleMania? And I don't think this is the year. I think somehow Cody ends up being the champ for WrestleMania and we get Cody versus Roman, but with Cody as the heel.
Do we want that again?
I don't know. The first two were pretty much awesome. They're certified bangers, as the kids say.
I told my kid next time that wrestling comes to Milwaukee, we'll go. And then he's like, "Remember, Daddy, you told me next time the Rumble's in Milwaukee?" Because he loves the Rumble, dude. Mm-hmm. He does Rumbles with his toys. Sometimes I'll play like music, like I'll play the Turtles song, and then Michelangelo will come in. Loves it. We've watched the Jey Uso one probably 12 to 13 times.
Yep.
So we're really excited. And I'm excited it's in the afternoon so you can watch the whole thing. I'm not thrilled that it's in Saudi Arabia, but, I'll take what I can get. Because it's in the afternoon. It's in the, I'm like, Saudi Arabia, how are they going to? Well, it's in the afternoon. Oh, okay. Not real strong in your convictions there, Winkler.
Dude, they got some shit I really want to bet here. They have most eliminations. Obafemi is -200. Braun Breaker's 2-1. They have the Iron Man, who's in the match the longest, I'm guessing. Javon Evans +125. Cody +150. They got what number will be the men's Royal Rumble winner? Odd or even? Total
even. Odd. 27 wins a lot.
They're both -120, though. That sucks. It's like betting the coin flip -120 both ways. Entry number of men's winner. Number 1 or number 2, 4-1. Number 29 or 32-1. Anyway, all right. I think who do you think wins the Royal Rumble?
Okay. So if it's I'm worried it's Seth. They give Seth everything.
What about Brock?
What about Jericho?
He's so old.
And he fights Punk. He could fight Punk at Mania.
God, I couldn't watch that again. They're like they're like a combined 200 years old.
What about The Rock coming back? Now that he didn't win an Oscar. Or whatever the fuck he wanted to win.
Oh, for this that's out now on HBO. I wouldn't actually pay money to go see that movie, but I will check it out.
Remember he got that 15-minute standing ovation when they showed it overseas?
Yeah, why?
And Rock was like,
yeah. Are you going to watch it? The Smashing Tree or whatever?
I don't like The Rock. I don't like The Rock.
No, me either.
I don't like his involvement currently. I'm not down with it.
I don't like any of his movies. He's like always in the jungle. I feel like with Kevin Hart. I feel like they're always like on
every movie he just does is Jumanji.
Yeah, I feel like he's always just like battling somebody in the jungle for some reason.
Pivot. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be very Aaron Rodgers about it and not go play for McCarthy. I think the whole world wants to see him play one more year with McCarthy, and because of that, he's going to be like, "No, I'll retire, dude."
I actually think it's the other way around. I think that Rodgers might want to come back now, and I don't think McCarthy's going to want Rodgers. Now that he gets
McCarthy's acting like he wants Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's saying the right stuff. Maybe he does deep down, but I don't know, man. I could see him. He's getting somehow another shot. He gets his dream job. Do you really want to do it with 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers? Who I don't know. Maybe he does though, because I think that they know that there's probably not. They're not going to get a quarterback like a game changing.
There's no McCarthy's not getting fired after one season,
right? And
he could take this as like he could take this as a red shirt year, where it's just all right. My buddy Rodgers is playing, and I'll develop a quarterback, on the side, and fuck it. It's fine.
That's what I mean. Like, it sucks for Pittsburgh. That
we don't need Rodgers. We're not going to need Rodgers forever, but we need him right now.
I'm not going to always need him, but we need him right now. I'm so glad he's back. But it sucks for them and for a lot of teams that like this quarterback class ended up being such a huge bust, man, because like last year I was like, don't reach for a quarterback because next year it's going to be Lenoris Sellers and Cade Klubnik. And, a lot of people said Arch. I always knew Arch was going back to Texas because his family told you that. But they were all busts. Drew Aller. So I think what you do is, you draft a quarterback and try to develop him, or you bring back Rodgers, and if it stinks and he stinks, you get your quarterback next year. But you could do a lot worse. But, man, the thing is Rodgers, like, I would rather – I wouldn't. We talked about it already. But a better situation, I would say, for Rodgers would be a team like Minnesota, where you have a good defense. Like, Brady won that last year in Tampa because that defense was elite. They had an elite pass rush. They were gifted a game against the Packers without David Bakhtiari. If Bakhtiari doesn't tear his ACL in practice before the Bears game that year, the Packers win the Super Bowl. Rodgers was under pressure on every drop back in that game and still threw for 350, 3 touchdowns and 1 pick. I don't understand how he choked. He got sacked, I want to say 5 or 6 times. And then the next week or 2 weeks later, they beat the fucking shit out of Mahomes. Pressured him on like 80% of his drop back. So they had a top 5 defense. And they had Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Rodgers is out there throwing go routes to MVS and Roman Wilson. And I like DK, but he's punching fans in the face, probably deservingly so, because fuck that guy, honestly. There's like 7 tight ends somehow on that roster, and they all kind of do the same thing.
And they like lead the team in rushing.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that's – I think, like, is it Rodgers?
They hand the ball off to their tight ends. They only throw to their running backs, and the wide receivers are punching people in the stands.
Like, just
or is MVS.
Again, this goes back to
3 teams this year.
This goes back to kind of the Giannis conversation, but in a different way. Like, maybe it's time to just say goodbye so he's not flipping off the fans and, booing them and telling them to suck it. And you just let him go, and you remember the good times, and you cherish the championship and the MVPs and the good times. I almost feel like watching this version of Rodgers. It's kind of like I'll send my dad. I'll be at like a concert and I'll send him like a cool video. And then he'll be at like Sammy Hagar and he'll send me the video. And I'll be like, oh, that's so sad that Sammy's still, or like when Freems would go to REO Speedwagon, I'd be like, it's so sad just seeing them roll their saggy
Richie
skin
Valens is up there like,
but they're all old and shit.
Or I always get that wrong. Do I mean Frankie Valli?
I was going to say, he's fucking dead, dude. He died.
I always say Richie Valens. I always do. I always say.
Great movie.
All right. Super Bowl's coming up next week. Do you have any Pro Bowl bets? By the way, what is the Pro Bowl? What is the fucking Pro Bowl? Is there a game on Tuesday or some shit?
I thought it was Wednesday, maybe. I have no idea.
Aren't they doing it now in San Fran? What are they even doing? And you know what I hate? I hate when...
You hate a lot of things, let's be honest.
I hate that these Pro Bowls now, and even like the rookie sophomore challenge in the NBA, I don't like when they bring back like, and this team's going to be captained by Michael Irvin. Or this team's going to be coached by Kenny Smith. I don't know. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I should like it, though. It's bridging the... It's just like stupid. I have not done anything bet-wise yet. I'm still in Wicket's shitty squares pool. Haven't won. Rigged.
I'm so glad that you brought that up because remind me, I have a strong take.
What?
All right. So we all have kids. We're all 40 or above or in our late 30s, right? I got to be honest, man. Now, the Wicket, I'm not going after Wicket here because we've all been in that and I've won money. You've never actually won any money somehow in it. But all my buddies on Facebook, especially that don't even have Twitter or Instagram, they're still stuck in like 2005. Everybody, dude, or now they'll send me like 2 months ahead of time. Join our squares, man. It's for AJ's baseball team. It's like $50. But it's everybody, and it's everybody's kid plays a sport. Like, I got bad news for you guys, man. I got my own fucking kid who plays a sport, and we got our own things to pay for. I can't join everybody's squares and pools and all that shit. All right. And you know what? Go out there like back in the day when we played sports and sit in front of Jewel Osco or the grocery store and try to get random strangers. Stop trying to con all your friends into paying for your kids.
I won't play squares if 100% of the proceeds doesn't go back to the people. I'm not giving your kid money.
That's what I mean. Right. Thank you. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if you have
this is a story I've told, but I did an event once and I was the MC, and it wasn't a big event, but there was a 50-50. And so I won the 50-50. I won like $250. But I was the MC of this event for charity. So I gave the $250 to the charity.
Yeah.
So why did I play to win?
It's a great question.
I mean, I want to win. I'm not gambling. I want to win. People are always like, give it back. Even when we were doing the golf outing. I with the microphone. Because that's still, I have a lot of questions about my career. Like, we would do a golf outing and there'd be 10 radio hosts participating in the golf outing, but nobody wanted to take a microphone and talk in front of the room, and I had to do it. Like, aren't you guys pros? What the fuck?
My whole point is, though,
because then I couldn't get drunk. That's why I was pissed. But I
feel like I'm a dick, or like, you know, then a buddy will be like, well, you don't care about my kid or my family. Like, if I say no, that I don't want to enter every. I only bet to win, right? And I don't want to like join every single fucking.
It feels like too much. Like, I'll give your kid money for Girl Scout cookies. If they got an event,
I don't want to do that either.
But listen to this. Like, my kid's got a fun run coming up at his school, and so I got to ask like his grandparents for money and whatever. I don't even know what it supports the school or whatever. But that okay, fine. You are now infiltrating our safe space. You're not now you're infiltrating numbers at the Super Bowl. Like, we're all down for a fundraiser, but there's got to be a line. And crossing the line into gambling is a bridge too far for me.
Also, like, why doesn't all of my friends' kids have names of like country music singers too? It's like, hey, it's Russell Dickerson's fundraiser for his, like, what happened to just regular names? You know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Anyway,
we have 3 birthday parties coming up this month. Did you know that? Let's see, February 7th. We're going to like a Sky Zone for Jaden. On the 14th, we're going to some
Daniels
building thing with Aiden. And then on the 21st,
Hutchinson,
we have something with Braden.
Edwards.
Jaden, Aiden, and Braden.
Oh.
Now, that's a lie, but those 3 names are names of kids in my kids' class.
Yeah, those are common names now. I feel like out is like Mike, Matt, Nick, Ryan, Bart. My kid's name is Nathan.
My kid's name is Debrickashaw Winkler.
I know. I've always loved that about him. So I think what we do next week, I think we do it early though. What do you got next week? Because I think that we should tape before Friday or Thursday and just do our big prediction and prop blowout. But I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 props to give to the people. And I do lean Seattle. I don't want to bet Seattle. And I almost find myself, which is weird, kind of cheering for New England because they fucked me all season long.
I think New England's going to win
Like
I have not won since Wild Card Weekend. The only game I've won is Bills Jaguars. I think I've only got one correct game this entire playoff.
Yeah, you've been terrible. I've been on a tear, so that means probably whatever.
I like New England, and you like Seattle.
Well, I don't know yet. See, here's the thing. I don't love the number. I don't really want to bet Seattle at 4.5. I don't want to bet that money line price. I'm going to be cheering for Drake May. I like the Sam Darnold story, but I'll always, as a Packer fan, hate the Seahawks. Not so much Seattle, great city, but I've been fading the Patriots all season long. Like going into the year, I said I'm not going to bet over 8.5 wins because they won 4 games. That's a huge adjustment. I like Vrabel. I like Drake May. The defense and offensive line should be better. But then I bought into them because they played the easiest schedule, the 31st schedule and strength of schedule. I just don't like the matchup, man, because Drake May wants to throw the ball deep down the field. He hasn't been good in the playoffs. He's holding on to the ball too long. The offensive line has been shaky. Will Campbell, the arm thing, I don't know how much that matters, but I do think that he's a guard. He hasn't been the same player since he hurt his knee, but he's really struggled in the playoffs. And it's just like Seattle's getting pressure at a top 5 rate. They got a top 5 run defense. That defense is so good. And again, like Drake May wants to push the ball down the field and they want to hit explosive plays, and Seattle just doesn't give up explosive plays. So I could see this getting ugly. Like I could see Seattle winning this game by multiple scores. If New England's going to win this game, I think it's because they take away the football. I think there's a couple defensive touchdowns. So that's why there's a couple ways to play that, I think. Marcus Jones is, I want to say, let me see if he's still 100-1. He is. He's 100-1 to win Super Bowl MVP. So, like, if you want to,
only going to be a quarterback, dude.
No, because it always is. It's either a quarterback or a wide receiver. You know what I didn't realize going back? What are you saying?
No. Is it that a wide receiver's never won the NFL MVP award? Yes.
Yeah, but But Cooper Kupp just won the Super Bowl MVP a couple of years ago. Remember? I got it all in front of me. So
how many wide receivers have won Super Bowl MVP? Rice, Swan. There was a guy recently.
Cooper Kupp.
Branch. Kupp. Deion Branch.
Cooper Kupp. So hold on. I got it in front of me. So we got one non-quarterback or wide receiver that's won a Super Bowl MVP in the last 10 years, 2 in the last 20 years, 4 in the last 25 years. The non-quarterbacks were either wide receivers or defensive players. A running back hasn't won Super Bowl MVP since
Hines Ward, Antonio Holmes, Julian Edelman, Fred Biletnikoff.
Terrell Davis was the last running back to win Super Bowl MVP in 97, unfortunately. But that's why Marcus Jones is 100-1. So if you look at defensive players who have won it, remember when Dexter Jackson won the award? It's because he had two picks in that game, right? Remember when, let's see, Von Miller won it, looking at what he did in that game. I just talked about this with Ostrowski. He had 2.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. Malcolm Smith had a 69-yard pick six and a fumble recovery. Ray Lewis was Ray Lewis, and he had 5 tackles and 4 passes defended. That's why I like Marcus Jones a little bit. He had 3 picks in the regular season, took 1 to the house, had 3 fumble recoveries, had that pick 6 against CJ Stroud, had 2 punt return touchdowns, also returns punts. He had a receiving touchdown. So at 100-1, if you think, New England could pull off the upset, Drake May is plus 240. I don't want to bet him. But I'll take a stab with Jones because I think if New England's going to pull off the upset, I think it's going to be because the defense gets pressure on Darnold. He's seeing ghosts out there, and he turns the football over. He has a 4-pick game like he did against the Rams in the regular season, or a 2-pick game. I mean, he had double-digit turnovers, as good as he's been playing. But I don't know that happens, man, because I think he's in the fucking zone right now. I think even without Charbonnet, they're going to be able to run the ball. And I think Seattle's defense.
Have you been just talking this whole time?
Yeah, just this whole time about why I like Marcus Jones to win Super Bowl MVP.
I froze, right?
Yeah, so I was just talking to myself, waiting to see if you were going to come back. I also bet Devin Witherspoon. We talked about that on the last.
I don't know what happened. I had to get on my phone's Wi-Fi. This sucks.
Yeah, you look terrible.
Well, then let's wrap it up.
All right, I'll throw you some props. All right. We'll go with Let's see if we could still get all these real quick. Just real quick. We'll go Ramondre Stevenson, under 15.5 rushing attempts, -124. I know he just had 22 carries or whatever it was, but that was a cold weather game. I think I was talking about this with Ostrowski. They're going to use Henderson more. You could get him over 16.5 rush yards. He only had 2 rush attempts in that last game. I think with a full week to prep, man, I think they're going to use him a little bit more. I also like his receptions, and I like him to score a touchdown at like 5-1. So I'm going all in on overs on Henderson, unders on Stevenson. I got to take Darnold over 19.5 completions. Drake May under 39.5 rush yards. I know he keeps using his legs. That Seattle defense is so good, man, against the run and getting after the quarterback. AJ Barner to have a rushing yard, +116. I think they'll run the tush push with him. And then Sam Darnold, over 5.5 rush yards, -118. So Stevenson unders, Henderson overs, Darnold over on the completions, Drake May under on the rush yards, Barner over on the rush yards, Darnold over on the rush yards. That's what I bet so far.
Do I still look like shit?
You look a little bit better.
All right. Well, when do you want to do it next week?
Let's go. I do
Wednesday?
Me and Joe. Yeah, let's do Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Live on Wednesday.
Noon
Your time.
My East Coast time.
11 o'clock on Wednesday.
All the props. I'll probably
all
have
of them.
I'll have the big. I might bet 60 this weekend.
Yeah, I need to win. I am broke.
Same. We gotta kill this Super Bowl. So I'll be in the lab, aka the toilet, hiding from my family, doing some Super Bowl bets.
All right. We will do that on Wednesday. In the meantime, everyone have a great weekend. Make sure your internet works. Spay and neuter your pets. And thank you all for stopping into the Winklerverse.